Champions League Real Madrid vs Manchester City prediction, team news, lineups preview. In a rematch of last year's unforgettable Champions League semi-final, 14-time winners Real Madrid and current holders Manchester City cross paths once again, squaring off in Tuesday's quarter-final first leg at the Bernabeu. A little under 12 months ago, Pep Guardiola's men demolished the 14-time winners 5-1 over two fixtures to storm into the final. Although nothing could separate the two titanic foes in the Spanish capital before City ran riot at the Etihad. Match preview. Quickly becoming accustomed to intense knockout nights with their Mancunian counterparts, Real Madrid have plenty of wrongs to right after last year's Etihad embarrassment, but the hot streak of Carlo Ancelotti's Blancos suggests that Tuesday's hosts can rip the crown from the Sky Blues' grasp. After suffering Copa del Rey agony at the hands of Atletico Madrid in the middle of January, the La Liga champions-elect have strung together a 13-match unbeaten streak across all competitions, including a two-legged victory, albeit a slightly unconvincing one, over RB Leipzig in the Champions League last 16. A 1-0 away success preceded a 1-1 draw at the Bernabeu in the second leg, sufficient to send the 14-time European champions through to the last 8 for the fourth season running, and it has been 20 years since Real Madrid were last knocked out of the continent's premier competition at this stage. Since falling to Monaco's superiority in 2003 to 2004, Los Blancos have emerged triumphant from their last 11 Champions League quarter-final contests, and the hosts reunite with Man City on the back of a 3-game La Liga winning streak, netting 10 goals against Celta Vigo, Osasuna, and Athletic Bilbao, enjoying a 9-day break since a straightforward 2-0 beating of the latter, keeping them 8 points clear of Barcelona at the top of the table. Los Blancos now endeavor to extend their incredible streak without defeat at home, standing at 26 matches since Villarreal's 3-2 triumph in April 2023, if they are to arrive in Manchester with something to protect rather than pursue. Willy Orban's inconsequential equalizer for RB Leipzig also represents the only goal that Real Madrid have conceded in their last 5 contests on their own turf in all tournaments. But reigning champions Man City arrive in the capital having flaunted their attacking prowess on the road throughout 2024. After going through the group stage without dropping a single point, Man City customarily made light work of Danish champions Copenhagen in the last 16 with a pair of 3-1 successes home and away, meaning that Pep Guardiola's men have sensationally scored 3 goals in each of their 8 Champions League matches so far in 2023-24. In fact, not since last year's 1-1 Bernabeu draw have City failed to prevail in Europe's top tournament, enjoying the second longest winning streak in the history of the Champions League at 10 matches, and their overall unbeaten sequence in the competition stands at a remarkable 21 since a 3-1 loss away to who else? Real Madrid in 2022. By thumping Crystal Palace 4-2 in Saturday's Premier League affair, thanks to a Kevin De Bruyne masterclass, Guardiola's troops remain on the coattails of title rivals Arsenal and Liverpool and arrive at the Bernabeu having avoided defeat in each of their last 25 games in all competitions, winning 11 of their last 12 away from the Etihad. Furthermore, Man City's 10-match winning sequence in the Champions League commenced with last May's 4-0 home crushing of Real Madrid, who have won just one of their last 6 games with the holders. However, only one of Los Blancos' 5 clashes with the citizens at the Bernabeu has seen the Spaniards end up on the losing side. But something will eventually have to give between the two managers with the most wins in the history of the Champions League. Team news. With Eder Militao now back in Ancelotti's ranks after a devastating ACL injury, only Thibaut Courtois and David Alaba are taking up beds in the Real Madrid infirmary with their serious knee issues. Dani Ceballos is now working with the group again after being restricted to individual training last week. Militao made just his second appearance of the season as a late substitute against Athletic at the end of March, but having only been brought on deep into injury time, Ancelotti may hold fire on introducing the Brazilian back into the first 11 just yet. However, the centre-back's compatriot Vinicius Jr., absent from his side's most recent La Liga encounter due to suspension, is now eligible to play again. So former Man City protégé Brahim Diaz should drop down to the bench against his old club. Man City defenders have been dropping like flies over the past couple of weeks, as Josko Gvardiol picked up a niggle during his side's Premier League beating of Crystal Palace at the weekend, although he has made the squad for the first leg. However, Man City's doctors told Guardiola that Kyle Walker's hamstring has no chance of playing in the first leg. The ex-Tottenham Hotspur man tried to defy the odds to make himself available but failed to do so, and he joins Nathan Ake-Calf on the absentee list. Even if Gvardiol is not risked from the off, Manuel Akanji proved his competence at left-back in the second half against Palace, and Guardiola should have no qualms about throwing the Switzerland international in from the start on Tuesday, where the fit-again Ederson, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden should also earn promotions back to the first 11. Real Madrid possible starting lineup: Lunin, Carvajal, Rudiger, Nacho, Mendy, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Kroos, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. Manchester City possible starting lineup: Ederson, Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Akanji, Silva, Rodri, De Bruyne, Doku, Haaland, Foden. We say, Real Madrid 2-2 Manchester City, as the unstoppable force of Man City meets the immovable object that is Real Madrid. Expect fireworks to fly between two sides whose offensive play is a joy to watch, although both defenses can still be susceptible to the odd lapse in concentration. Goals should therefore be a guarantee at the Bernabeu. But as was the case in 2022-23, we just cannot separate the two sides in the Spanish capital and can only envisage a closely contested stalemate in Tuesday's first leg, certainly a far better result for Guardiola's side if last year is anything to go by. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.